Wow. The NBA, full of excitement, full of adventure. But who could forget Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight film, where Dominique Wilkins ran into Larry Bird. He held his own. The only problem with the Atlanta Hawks and why they couldn't go to the next level, the furthest they've ever made it was the second round of the playoffs. And they had the personnel to get there. They didn't know how with Dominique on their team. Dominique's whole basketball game was pretty much ISO. One on one, freeze everybody out. Now, if something collapse, he'll make a play or a pass. But he demands all the attention. He's a 2 feet takeoff player. He's all legs. Dominique's gonna jump into everything and put all his force, everything into everything he does. So to play with Dominique as a point guard, you have to know when to give him the ball and when to get everybody else in the game. Because all the other players will become watchers. And they'll sit there and watch and wait to see what Dominique's going to do. Sounds familiar? Michael Jordan knew that in the regular season, he would battle the Atlanta Hawks and battle, and sometimes the Hawks would win. And Michael wouldn't even care. Michael had 36 or 42. Dominica had 42. Michael knew that the team would win over Atlanta's team because their personnel would have been involved a lot more than his personnel. Spud Webb was the point guard. Doc Rivers was the two guard. They had Antoine Carr, Kevin Willis, power forward, Dominique the small. They were set. The problem is they couldn't get out their own way. And without Dominique on the floor, who's going to be the scorer? They had the post game with Willis, which was severe at that time. They were very serious with it. Then they turned around. They would go with Carr. Doc Rivers to have his moments. But guess what? It was all scratching plays. Nothing was really set in stone. So you're looking at a situation where they're just running their heads against the wall. Michael Jordan would come along the side and tell them, I'm going to get the ball right here, and Doc can't guard me. And Doc Rivers couldn't guard him. Dominique would have to help out, which would leave Scotty open, Horace open, and you leave lanes open. Michael would pick them apart, and while they're struggling and using all this force to try to score, and every time they score, it seemed like a broken play. They didn't run any scripted plays. And Michael would just pick the holes in their defense, see everything, and still get his points. But he's breathing easy while they working hard to try to score. So at the end of the game, when it all matters, they're going to explode from indecision, not knowing what to do next. Their brain's going to be racing. And while that's happening, are they trying to figure out what's next to do? While they trying to figure that part of the game out, do you know Michael's just taking them apart? So that's the difference between Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. Michael Jordan, as great as Dominique was as an athlete, Michael Jordan knew how to use his teammates a lot better than Dominique did. Dominique wants clear out ISO 101. He could take anybody in the game. But it does not make your team any better. Anybody can throw the ball to somebody and they can pull up for a jump shot and hit it. That doesn't make you a great player. That doesn't make you didn't do anything. You just threw him the ball and he just pulled up for a shot and just happened to hit it. How many assists does LeBron James get on a driving kick? Not to say he can't, because he can pass. But most of his passes are driving kick. Driving kick. They're not off curls. They're not off back screens. So you get my drift. If Dominique threw a pass and got an assist, it was mainly because they closed the lane. He didn't want to get a charge. He threw the ball. They caught it and made a shot. Jordan could palm the ball, look around, see what he wanted to do, drop the ball down if he needed to in the paint. Mike was a better passer than Dominique. He saw the court better. Defensively, they were about the same. I gave Mike a bit edge in defense. Rebounding, I would say, was probably about. I get that to Dominique. He's a better rebounder because he played with so much adrenaline and force. But they could never get under the hump because they played against more talented teams. It was very rare that Atlanta played the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs. I think they only played that 1 year where they got swept by Jordan and the Bulls when they had won the season series against them. And that was Dominique's last year in Atlanta. And many people thought they were going to have a competitive series. But when the playoffs started, I don't think anything was competitive about that series. Um, it was total annihilation. 100% annihilation. Why? Because better team. That's all. So when you talk basketball and you're talking about players, it's those who learn the game and how to get it easy and still get the same amount of points they used to get when they used to kill themselves to get those points. Some people never figure it out. They never do. Michael Jordan could have averaged 40 points a night, but he wouldn't have 6 championships. I'm out.